Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to the 4th edition of our podcast, the Unscripted podcast. Today in the studio, I have one of Adamawa's finest, someone who has been an event organizer, a coach for different talents, and so on. He is by name. Should I call you doctor? Should I call you professor? Should I call you? What should I call you? Okay.
Just my name.
Zack Ineydo. He is the former organizer. Oh, sorry, he's not former. He is the organizer of Miss Adamawa. Welcome to the studio, sir.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Mr. Zack, today is firing. In this place we do fire people.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But before I go ahead, I would like to plead with my viewers that please kindly share this video to everyone in your contact right now, and make sure you follow Rally TV and the Gazette News Nigeria. Please, I'm just begging you. Tomorrow I might not beg you. I trust you guys. All right, back to you, Mr. Zack.
Yeah.
Adamawa State has produced musicians, comedians, actors, models, and content creators for decades. But I don't really understand what is happening. We don't have one product. Let me just use the identity as product, okay, that is out as a national superstar, just like Davido, Fino like the South, Olamide like the West, and probably, let me say, Classic in the North. What is happening to Adamawa despite all this level of talents and the full pack of talents that we have? What is really happening?
Okay, first and foremost, you mentioned the entertainment is broad. It's quite broad when you said so. This direction is tilting towards musicians, which I believe. For musicians, I cannot place one person, but I believe we have the likes of Rave. I think he's a new artist in the block that is being signed in Abuja. It's coming up. I've seen the video. I've seen his video with the likes of the ones from Portable, and the likes. I've seen.
Portable?
Yeah, he hailed from Newman.
Yes.
No, I don't know if
wait. Try to calm down. Okay. Calm down. You said he shot video with Portable.
Yeah, he had.
So you consider Portable?
Portable, it's a superstar in his own right.
Oh, in his own context.
Right. In his own context, he's a superstar in his own right.
His own context, right?
Yes, because he has a lot of people he's influencing too. He has so much people he influences. So I will make Portable is
especially people that climb poles and
not necessarily.
Yes, people that jump on the metallic holes of the.
Not necessarily. When somebody looks at Portable, right? Yeah. For instance, there are certain things that you want to pick from that person. Possibly because sometimes rasness sell in this industry, right? Sometimes you have to be ras to sell, right? There are people who have been all conservative, and I feel some of the conversations here in Adamawa is the conservative nature of the person from the north that is making him to not be seen, literally. When you talk about the north and the conservative nature of the person from the north, and especially in Adamawa, these are some of the reasons why they are not being seen. I'm not saying you should be ras like Portable. Yeah. I'm saying you should identify what you can do to be able to sell. Let me get you back to growing up with the typical nomadic Fulani of Adamawa State, right? These are people I grew up watching wearing crop tops to their men. When you talk about rings and you talk about tattoos and you talk about people that really introduced me into entertainment are the nomadics, the ones who sell for Adanono.
I don't understand.
Do you understand? So that is their culture. It's part of them.
So people that motivated you to even enter in the industry are people that
they are part of them, because that is our identity. Our cultures. We have different cultures in Adamawa. Adamawa has one of the multi-tribal, in terms of in tribes, right? And we have unique cultures. When you look at the people from Hong and you look at the Kilba people,
they're the ones from Hong, actually. The Kilba are the ones from Hong.
Okay, the Kilba and the Michika people who dance with leaves and with beer chests and all of that. This is our culture.
You are not talking about my culture. We don't dance with leaves.
Okay, you dance without.
We wear hidden skins.
But you have the women exposes some part of their body.
That is normal.
Fine, so it's culture. So you don't see that if somebody from the West look at that now and say, these guys are weird. So likewise, Portable, I feel in his own right, and that is what he's selling. A typical Yoruba man is someone who like noise, right? And that is what makes him hard or seen. So if he does that, with all respect to the Westerners, right? If you live in Lagos, you will have to speak on top of your voice. There's no two ways about it. You cannot be a gentleman in Lagos, right? So you have to speak on top of your voice. If not to your security man, you will definitely meet boys on the road. Right?
Back to our same question.
Yes,
I'm still on that same question.
Yes.
You know, states like Osun came up with people like Davido,
yes,
Burna Boy, Rivers have Burna Boy, and the rest. I'm still on that same issue. I said, why? What is happening? Why is it that Adamawa does not have one icon that we can celebrate today in the industry? So
I feel when you say icons, like I said, I would still go back to, if you're now into music, we have young people who are coming up in the music space now. From Adamawa, I've just given an example with
you said Rave.
Yes. We have young people like Yaso, who are coming up also. Yaso. Is it Yaso? Yossi. Right? Yossi is a producer too.
Why are you changing our name from here?
Okay, Yossi is a producer too.
Yes.
And he's also a recording artist now. But he's getting his feet as a recording artist. But he has been a producer for some time. And so I will say for music, we have people who are, struggling to or trying to find their footings. Now, another thing again is the culture barrier. And another thing again, it is our mindset. Growing up in the North, there is a certain way unless you have a break and you're in Jos. Because people from the Middle Belt in Jos have easy a transition into the mainstream.
All right.
Yeah, you have people like MI and the likes. They're Northerners, but they have easy transition because Jos is a state that.
Is MI actually from Jos?
MI is from Taraba. That's why I said it's a northern state, right? Okay. Jos is a northern state. So I'm saying the environment in Jos has given this persons a platform to be heard, to be celebrated. Not here in Yola. The person who goes to watch Chelsea match and Arsenal match in Yola, a typical pastor or a typical imam will rather watch a Chelsea players running around in the football. I don't even know who they're inspiring. The only persons they're inspiring are the young people who want to also become footballers. And the ones that want to become footballers in Yola, their parents will say, you don't do that. So the same thing with the artist who wants to become a singer. He's trying to pursue his dream. His parents will say, no, that is...
It's devilish.
Permit me to speak Hausa. They will say, yes. And all of that. So it's, even when you break forth to get to Lagos, that limitation of your identity, it begins to limit you. It begins to, and you're not wise. Streetwise, you're not.
So are you trying to say that no matter how we try?
No, we will definitely.
Then
we will definitely, because our people are beginning to understand that we have to inculcate our cultures and our rhythms into the music we play. So you could listen to this young man. You mentioned his name, Yossi, right? Yes. In his lyrics or his rhythms, you could be able to identify some of the local beats, sound from here that is transporting into the mainstream, right? So I feel if we begin to become intentional in borrowing what the West have or learning from the West and building with our own original sound, we will certainly be. It will be easy in terms of getting into the mainstream. But for musicians, we do not have those that we can say. But in other fields, we do definitely have. In reality shows, we have 3. We have Sasuke, we have Jackie B, and the recent young lady.
Where are they?
They're doing excellently great.
No?
Yes.
Actually,
Sasuke is in Germany. She's in Germany. She's doing her masters.
Okay, studying.
Yeah, she's studying.
Okay, because I've not heard about. I didn't hear anything about them. Okay. Now doing their normal.
Sasuke has been an actor, an influencer, and she has worked with a lot of brands.
Okay, now we are still on Adamawa issue.
Yes,
Mr. Zack,
sir.
let me ask. You came in, or let me say, from Adamawa, you had this mind of starting pageantry.
Yes.
You started the Miss Adamawa, which I believe is what was controversial because somebody said it was started in 1996.
Okay.
Then
Another person said
but for our own, in our own generation, I believe you are the pioneers of the Miss Adamawa. Now you did it for the first year, you did second year, probably third year, then everything went off.
I think we had
my
four.
Brother,
So.
oh, you even had fourth.
I think we had fourth
edition.
Yeah.
All right, my brother, what is happening?
Okay, so basically, I didn't start entertainment here.
Okay.
I at the time that I wanted to do this, I said, okay, fine. What can I do that is sustainable? And what kind of platform should I bring that is sustainable within the state that can empower and give young people a platform to create change for themselves and also become instruments of change in their communities? I found out that pageantry is the only platform because it gives a young man a voice, an identity, and also is a platform that is being created for a young individual to understand his path. Right. So coming to Yola to say, let's do this, was beautiful. The first year, we had a lot of challenges like any other industry. Because again, the person in the north, and especially in Yola, believes in politics. The only thing they believe in that is working for them is politics, right? And they'd rather, like I said, they'd rather go to watch a Chelsea match, a footballer playing and running around the field, right? The only person is impacting, I believe, is his team, and likewise the young man who wants to play. But in pageantry, you're not just impacting yourself, right? You're impacting your community because you're becoming a voice to that young girl, to that young boy, and you're creating a change. And the change starts with the little things you do in community in terms of outreaches, in terms of collaborations with the government and NGOs and all of that. So, and it's sustainable. And the reason for pageantry is because pageantry started before Nigerians independent. So pageant has been part of us before Nigerians independent, which Nigeria has been in existence before Nigeria independent. And it has been a platform that is continually creators, young individuals who are constantly creating impact and making impact. So the reason I chose pageantry, and we came to a state that doesn't appreciate this kind of things. The first year was I remember the project manager, her name was written in this town, and we were having attacks to media houses. People were backing out because people were calling individuals who are already identifying with the platform to say, do not sponsor this. When again I was speaking Hausa, young Iskani, right? And because they feel pageantry is all about exposing bodies and showing, God forbid, right?
So, but isn't it all about that?
It's not about that. Like I said to you, right? I grew up watching a nomadic Fulani man, a man wearing a crop top, a man wearing makeup, piercing that is his culture and that is his identity, right? And they have pageantry too. The Fulani nomadic man has pageantry too. He does, yes.
Okay,
I've watched that.
They do contests.
They do all of those.
Get a wife.
Yes.
Yes.
So it is part of the culture. And when I look at the man in Adamawa and I look at the cultures, the unique cultures we have in Adamawa, and when we came in to do this, and I look at the people you're trying to attach it to religion, it's quite disgusting. So these were the issues that, and at the time, the government at that time really support us, I feel. They really support us. The government of Bindo.
That should be Bindo, yes.
Yeah, Bindo really support us. Unfortunately, the government of Fintri didn't do nothing.
But have you approached them?
So many times. I'm here to talk about this.
Oh.
The reason I'm here to talk, the reason I accepted this interview is to talk about this government. And to talk about the platform they have forgotten to create. Because there is no state in Nigeria or no country in the world that forgets the impact of the creative space. Because when you forget the impact of the creative space, take away the creative space in Nigeria, nobody will hear Nigeria.
Before you hit the Adamawa State government now,
I will hit them.
I'm still asking you.
Yes.
Why did you stop?
Because at the end of the day, you keep bringing in resources from you. You keep bringing in resources. And the persons who are partnering with you get tired. Because they felt it's a venture that at a time they will get relaxed. Partners will come on board and put in money. But I'm grateful to God that every person on that platform that has been on that platform is creating impact in its own right. Impact in its own right. I can mention names from Monica Miaregi to Vivian Ibrahim to Mildred Ahigose, who became Miss Nigeria, to Stephanie Kinsley, to
who became Miss Nigeria?
Mildred Ahigose.
Okay, she was Miss Adamawa.
She became an interim Miss Adamawa. Okay, an interim Miss Adamawa. An interim Miss Adamawa in 2017.
Interim.
Yes, we had an in-house issue. We had an in-house issue with Vivian Ibrahim. We had an in-house issue with Vivian Ibrahim, and she couldn't go ahead with the contest. So we had to write. I wrote to the state government through the Ministry of Culture and Tourism. Like I said, I'm here to give you. I will give you receipts, like receipts. Receipts after the show. I'll send you receipts.
Okay,
right?
I was thinking.
No, I will send you receipts. I will send you receipts. Okay. So because everything we did it according to the laws of this country. Why? Because, like I said, it's a platform created not for me to be rich, but for me to put in that young man who has a vision, who is trying to find his purpose, to say, this is what I can do through this. I'm telling you, Vivian Ibrahim, now, the impact she's creating, not only here, but in Nigeria. The likes of...
Not only Nigeria, sir.
Not only Nigeria.
In Africa.
In Africa. She's creating huge impact in Africa. Right?
Yes.
The likes of Gambia too. Gambia right now, she's running events in Yola. She has a lot of people.
One of the biggest event planners in Adamawa State.
And she's employing people. Right? We have the likes of Monica. She's in Kenya right now. She has a media platform. I have Tijan. Tijan is in South Africa. He's back to Lagos now. He's doing awesomely great. He's the first ever Mr. Adamawa that was crowned in Yola, in Duragi. Right, and the likes. I had Stephanie Kinsley, who had represented Nigeria in Miss Globe, from the same platform. And these young individuals are impacting their communities in their own right. So it was never a platform that was meant to say who has money in Adamawa that you want to peep a girl for him. Who has money? No, let's be realistic. Who has the money to give a girl? Nobody has money in Adamawa.
I don't understand.
Nobody has the money to give a girl in Adamawa. When you talk about pimping,
are you saying that we don't have?
You don't have people that have capacity. They don't have zero capacity. Do you know what money is? It's a mindset. Money is not the resources you have in your pocket. It's your mindset. The mindset for you to be.
Let people believe
money is the mindset for you. The mindset. No, the mindset.
That's the only money that we know.
The mindset you have here to be able to influence me to leave my hotel to come here. I won't come here for nobody, sir. I have my time. You pay me for my. That is money. That is resources. Because if you don't have
the money, but yet you still have the money to even come up to our show.
I'm talking about you now. I'm talking about the mindset for you. Because if you do not have the money or resources that I need, or the influence, I won't come here. I can only recognize the influence you have. That reason I'm on your show. So the perspective of money is not the coins we have. The typical rich man in Adamawa will not be able to buy a girl a house in Lekki. He doesn't. Give me the person's name.
We don't actually.
There is nobody.
We have never heard of that one, but
I work in this. I work in. They don't have the mindset. They are not from Adamawa. Possibly they are Yorubas or Eastern persons. The mindset. They don't have the mindset.
Wow, this is serious.
They don't have the mindset, because when you have the mindset, you can be able to say, what this platform is doing, let me sponsor it. I can be able to give you 100 million naira. Let's pick it up. Let's get you a studio.
Yes. And you know
that is the mindset
about all these what do you call it, the prizes.
Yes.
Have event planners be attending to these issues when it comes to you mentioning a certain price
and you don't get to,
and at the end of the day you might not have it. Why we are saying this is if you look at Taraba, Mr. Taraba. Yes. They will come out and say, we have a brand new car for you. And at the end of the day, the girl will go home with that brand new car.
Beautiful.
Beautiful
you mentioned Taraba.
Yes, we haven't heard about somebody getting a keken. Ordinary
beautiful you mentioned
of going to Keken Apep.
Beautiful you mentioned Taraba, right? I remember in 2020, the COVID, I was doing a program that is going to be airing in Ebony Live. Ebony Live, one of the biggest platforms at the time on television, on DSTV. And the program was a university tour in 2020. And I came to the north. I came to Yola. And at the time I came to Yola, I came to Adamawa State. And the show is strictly for state universities in Nigeria to showcase the work the government, state governments do. And I came to Yola, I went to Mobi, Adamawa State University. The VC then was the deputy governor of Adamawa State, right? We had a conversation, she was on the show, we finished and left. I moved to Taraba. I had a conversation, the same interview with the VC. Immediately I finished having the conversation with the VC. When the cameras went, it's caught. He sat me down and said, where are you from? I said, I'm from here. He said, you're based in Lagos? I said, yes. He said, I want you to stay. You're not leaving. I said, my camera person. He said, no, the camera person is leaving. I'll get his flight ticket. He goes. You stay. I want you to stay this evening. We're going to the golf course. We went to the golf course. He introduced me to who? He introduced me to the head of department, English Film and Theatre, and told us that evening, the governor was living at the golf course, and told us that evening, Mr. Zack, I want you to get me a report on Monday on my desk of what this department need to do. On Friday, I didn't leave. I stayed Friday, Saturdays. My DOP left, came back to Yola, flew back to Lagos. I stayed. On a Monday, we took a report to him. I said, this is the budget. He said, let's begin immediately. That was
so
one of...
There was enough...
I'm talking about the mindset now. Right? The mindset. Not just about the resources. The mindset. Immediately from there, we picked up. What did they do? One of the biggest movies is yet to be out. It's still going around festivals. Shade of Innocence. I directed it. I became a consultant for that department immediately. For film and English film and theatre. Immediately. And I came in with, and let me tell you a shocker now. When I was coming, because I was a consultant from the writing of the script, I had to infuse my state, Adamawa, and say there are some parts. Now, Adamawa is not sponsoring that film. I was not given 1 naira. Taraba State University and the Taraba State government were the one funding that film. It's not a 1 million, 2 million, 10 million budget.
We were
right?
So
no, it's Adamawa. This is 2020. 2020. This conversation is happening in 2020. I'm giving you the instance for when we talk about Adamawa, right? We moved to a point that I wrote a letter. I know the people within the government of Fintiri. The reason I'm talking about Fintiri is because I voted for him in 2019. I voted for him. I did jingles for him. Free jingles for him. I didn't ask for 1 naira. Right? And in 2023, I flew from Lagos. Nobody gave me money. I came and I voted for him. Why? Because there were prospects that he was going to carry the creative sector along. And let me tell you, Mr. Mike, 70 to 80% of people who vote in Adamawa, both young men and women, are creatives. Where are the platform for them? I'm here the reason I came here, Mr. Mike.
Okay, before we talk about that platform, we have some questions from Facebook.
Beautiful.
You know, I do interact with my people from Facebook.
Beautiful, is great.
We are working on another means of having feedbacks. Me and the technical team are working on it, but not for but for now we'll just stick on the comments from Facebook. The first comment I'm seeing here is from Harrison Michael Lamtuda.
Okay.
Harrison said, why is it that most of the ladies that most Mr. and Mrs. Adamawa, after their regime, we didn't see them becoming something? Well, okay, what I understand here, he said, after the rain, we don't see them do any other thing again. So what is actually the problem?
Not on my platform. You know, we have immediately after our platform, right? We have a lot of people who came on board and they were doing Mr. Yola, Miss Yola. They now changed it to Mr. Adamawa Icon and Miss Adamawa Icon. Possibly those platforms, but not my platform. Like I said, I'd given you names of everybody on that platform and what they do and what they're doing. They're creating impact. The job, I'm telling you, in 2020, 3 of them were on the job. The current Mr. Adamawa, who has been in the studio, Franklin, the last event we had, who has been on this, was on that film. Mildred, Miss Nigeria, the first ever Miss Nigeria from the Northeast, was on that job. Stephanie Kinsley, who was also Miss Adamawa, was on that job. They're all actors now. They're doing excellently great. The Tijani, I tell you, look at it, go to his page on Instagram and check the exploits they do. Right? So none of anybody on my platform that really want to grow and really want to grow in that space, in the space of the creative space, It's not job I do, I don't carry them.
Okay. So there's one comment again coming from Poverty Vicent Precious. She said, let me stop you there. She said, first, I don't see the fault of the government yet, but then the creative space.
Okay.
And also, as an individual, we don't support our friends. We don't believe in them.
Okay, let me respond to that. When you talk about a government, I'm not saying a government should give you money, right? The government should recognize the potential within and what can you do. Now, when I came to let me yes, beautiful. Let me tell you the funny part of it. When I came to Yola, when I wrote those letters through the Ministry of Culture and Tourism and to this the Chief of Staff at the time to the governor, that's his first tenure. The first tenure of Amadu Fintiri.
The first 4 years.
The first 4 years. I wrote to him. I wrote to a lot of people. Nobody responded. We came to Yola. The person that hosted us in Yola is not from Adamawa, but he's based here. He gave us discount in his hotel. I didn't shoot anywhere in Adamawa because I will not carry my platform and give you. Because when I shoot in Adamawa, I'm going to show your work. You're the governor. The things you're doing, I'll show it in my movie. And my movie is going to be screened across the world. So the persons on the movie, I'm talking about Bimbo Akintala. I'm talking about Faniran. I'm talking about Mariana Polo. I'm talking about I don't do anything without bringing my people. I had Mbasti Udo, Jesse, on that job. And because you're my people, though I won't say because you're my person, I will just do you anyhow. Wherever you are, I'll fly you in. Give you the same treatment I will give the A-list actor in Lagos. The same thing. We stayed for 3 weeks in Taraba. The moment we got to Taraba State, the governor of Taraba recognized that there are people here. Let's also do, because what? They're promoting our food, they're promoting our culture, they're promoting our tribes. Because all of these things were embedded in the film.
You mean Governor Kefas?
Not Kefas at the time. Darius.
Okay, Darius.
Right? And that was support. Did we stay in hotels? Yes. Did we buy food? Yes. Even the day I shot in Adamawa, we bought foods. We stayed in hotels. The flight was from Lagos directly to Yola. So there was a lot of contribution to that. So when you talk about government support, I'm not telling you government give me money. If I'm bringing a movie here, right, that I'm having A-list actors, and I write to Fintiri, all he needs to do is to say, okay, fine, we can do tickets for you. How many people are coming? We are paying tickets. What is in for us? You're going to showcase the infrastructural development I've done on your job. The establishment shots you're going to do in Yola will reflect what I've done. I've given you promotions. Do you know, you're a media person, do you know how much they pay for that on Channels Television or on CNN? It's a huge amount of money. And film goes beyond that. It's not news, it's film. It goes beyond that. And someone is giving you that. I did a job recently for Hulu. Hulu is not even in Nigeria.
Yes.
Hulu and Ruko. I did a job as a consulting producer and a director for a reality show. For that platform in America, the executive producers were white. They came in. Before I left for Uyo, I had to go and do raking. And when I went to do raking, they had to introduce me to the state government. And the state government said, what are you bringing? How does it benefit us and benefit my government? And I said, these are the things. Which local government are you going to explore? I told them few local governments. They took me around the local governments with the chairman of those local governments. And when we came, the chairman hosted us. They paid for the hotels. What did we do? We showcased their heritage, their cultural heritage, their landscape. I found out that Ibino in Oyo State has the biggest beach in Africa. That is tourism. Yeah. But when you talk about the state government in Adamawa, the only thing they're concentrating about is politics. And the people who put you to office are creatives. 80% of voters in Adamawa State are creatives. Young voters. To the Sheila boys. I saw a video yesterday, I saw a picture yesterday on social media, and I saw the Sheila boys painted their heads. Those are creatives. They can do shoes. Some of them are painters. Some of them are artists.
Let's pause. You called Sheila boys, and now you are saying they are creatives.
Most of them are creatives because they don't have jobs to do.
That's why they go into...
Literally, when you don't have a job to do and you are angry with your government, you will definitely explore anything.
A devil's workshop.
You will definitely explore anything. So the government should create a platform. When you create a platform, look at the Pareka they're doing. Look at the Pareka now. Because I voted Fintiri in office, that's why I'm here.
Calm down. My question
to speak to him directly.
But do you believe this?
Because I'm a voter.
Do you believe these Sheila boys are from here?
They're from here.
Many people believe they are immigrants.
Whatever it is, they're influential people.
From other places.
Because when let me tell you the funny part of it. You remember the Yentasine in 1983? Let me tell you, even the job I did in the terrible job I did, I had to coin in the 83-84 Yentasine. I had to travel to Yola Town to get to know. I had to come to where he was, the Muhammad, the guy. They had to give me the sword he was using to kill people. I saw it. I did a research on that. Why did I do that? To depict something. And when you see that film, I promoted my language too. One of the soundtrack on that movie represented my people. Right? So what I'm saying is, when you create a platform for a young person, he doesn't have a need to want to. Because that guy was not influenced by he was a mechanic now. Okay. He was a mechanic.
But are you aware that just the way Senator Bindo during his tenure promoted pageantry in a little way that he could?
Yes.
Do you know that Fintiri have promoted musicians at Adamawa State?
Fintiri didn't promote no musician in Adamawa State with all in all sense of respect to his office. Do you know the funny part of it? When you talk about the creative space and you talk about entertainment and you talk about the fly overnight events, let me give you let me tell you the funny part of it, sir. Let me tell you the funny part of it. Let me tell you the funny part of it. In my
had something sweet like this.
In my little room. And when I thought about saying, let me do Miss Adamawa, I reach out to people, right? People I know that their influence can help the pageant. And we did something. And today I can boldly tell you that these young people, you talk about Vivian, and you say she is across Africa. She's doing excellently great, and I'm proud of her. And likewise the other ones, right? That platform that he created for music, even the local artists here, that is the only time you see on Facebook that artists in Adamawa are fighting. Because they're struggling to have a platform to represent. And when the artists that you're bringing from the diaspora or the big artists come, these local artists don't even have audience to these persons. They don't have a pep talk. You sit them down and said, these are the things you need. Which, the platform he created, how many artists from Adamawa are big from that platform? Tell me, give me one name. From the platform he created.
They snap photos.
Is he bringing revenue? Is he impacting the life of that person that is voting for him? Because these same artists are the ones shouting and screaming Fintiri. And they're the ones shouting and screaming Morris. They're the ones shouting and screaming Abo. They're the ones shouting and screaming in Binani. And these are the conversations. The reason I'm here today is to tell the creative in Adamawa State to stop this nonsense. You have the power to put these persons. Like I said, 80%, this is data proven. 80% of voters you have in Adamawa today are creatives. 80%, not just musicians, writers, IT, content creators, comedians. These are people who promote your campaign. What platform are you created for them? What trainings are you giving for them? You're doing. Look at the young man that I thought by now he's in Lagos or he's somewhere in Germany or on a scholarship. These young boys that did Anrusa.
Okay, Anrusa.
Where are they today? Where are the Anrusa boys? And that has been the music soundtrack for the governor. Wherever he goes, he danced with it. What impact have you? What have you done to those boys? You think those boys, when a Yeshila talk to him, you will not be influenced by him? You will. I'm talking about creating a platform that is sustainable. Let me give you an instance, Mike. When I left and all of these conversations were happening, we had a sit down and said, let's start something. We came up with Adamawa State creatives and entertainers in the diaspora. Right? And we said, let's see what we can do. Because it's just in music that we don't have too much representation. In Nollywood, we have representation. In the reality space, we have representation. We have people there. What can we do? I had meetings 3 years ago. We had meetings back to back with the government of Fintiri, the Commissioner of Tourism. We have one of those meetings. I will give it to you. I will give you these facts. What have they done? Implementation 0. The governor didn't place you there because you'll be collecting money from the state. The reason you're a commissioner for culture is because you need to use your initiative to attract investment, to attract partnership. Do you know the numbers of Kennywood actors? When we did this platform, we realized that from Adama, educated ones that are in Kennywood. Has the governor sat down one day and said, because the development stride he has made, I can only see on Facebook. Only see on Facebook.
Is it you didn't go around or what?
I've seen them, but I'm saying I can only see them on Facebook. And Facebook is only for here. Because the biggest star in Adamawa State.
Don't forget, yesterday Adamawa became the 4th best state in Nigeria.
From who is the one that did the evaluation? The best state, possibly for infrastructure. For infrastructure, I don't have an issue with him. He's doing excellently great. And the Peweka is doing is a disaster for the state. Because billions of naira go down for that. Who do you give 50,000 for, Michael?
Why are you putting this pressure like this?
I will put it on him because I'm voting for him.
I'm talking to you right now. I have about 10 people on my neck because they want to get that Peweka form. And now you are trying to say.
And what will 50,000 do to a Peweka man in Adamawa? And do you know when they give that Peweka? They give it towards Tala and Christmas. So you collect the money and you take care of things. What can 50,000 do? Tell me, give me 20 names of Peweka beneficiaries that have employed other people now, from the beginning of Peweka to now. We know what happened behind closed doors with Pewekas.
So
I am aside from a filmmaker, I'm a broadcaster. I'm a seasoned broadcaster in my own right. So I have my contacts. They're in public space. These doctors are in public space. Give me 20 people that Peweka 50,000. Is the idea fine? Beautiful. Pinto wanted to reach out to every household in Adamawa. He did beautifully well. But is this sustainable? Can he create wealth? No, zero.
Because actually, so which means there's no accountability.
Well, who will you give accountability for billions? Let me tell you the funny part, Mike, right? If you give the creative space 2 billion naira in Adamawa State, 2 billion naira in Adamawa State, you have created lasting job. Let me even give you 2 billion naira and give and because 2 billion naira directly will give 200 people jobs for 1 year. And before that 1 year, they are superstars. Before that 1 year, they are superstars. They are out of Adamawa. And the platform will continue to... You will not go back to the government to say, give me money again. The platform will technically take care of itself.
How, please?
These are conversations that we have taken. These are conversations that we have taken to the government. We have knocked on the government's door back to back to back to back. And the reason I'm telling you this, aside from all of this, I'm a politician in my own right. In my own right. Right? I belong to the same party with the governor.
So
yes.
You're in APC?
I am an APC card-carrying member.
Are you serious?
I'm an APC card-carrying member in Lagos.
Okay, in Lagos, not in Adamawa.
Absolutely. I joined politics when it was ACN. My next door neighbor in Ogudu GRA was the late Brimo, the chairman of my local government in Koshofe. That was way back. And he introduced me into politics. I contributed to the development and to the campaign of Fashola when he was coming the second time. The records are there. I did jingles, all of the northern jingles, I did it. I did them. The northern voters, I brought them. The same thing now. For this APC registration and stuff, I know the numbers of people, the northern numbers, speaking northern people in Lagos, that I brought them board to register with the party. To Mr. President, I will tell him to his front, he's not doing well. The persons he has put in those places are just there to extort money. You're talking about Adamawa is number 4. Do you know the money that comes into Adamawa every month?
Just 3 days ago, the public relations officer, or let me say the of the APC,
yes,
came here and said Tinubu is doing well, and people are even happy with him.
Let me tell you the funny part of it. I'm coming from Lagos. When you mention Lagos, when you mention Tinubu in Lagos, in a particular place, they will slap you. Let me tell you the truth. Tinubu meant, yes, he meant well for his people, just like Fintiri meant well to say, let's start Peweka. Is it the right approach? No. But he wanted to reach out to homes, 260 homes. He has 200 and something wards. So he wanted to reach out to all of those 260 wards, which he did with the Peweka. But is the Peweka sustainable? Is it taking poverty off? No. Rather, it's increasing. People are becoming dependent. And they keep using the creative space because the creatives here.
Actually, based on my interview with the DG of the Peweka,
yes,
he said this thing was meant for the poor people within those communities that are doing petty business.
So where is the place of the creative man in Adamawa? Why is the place in this government, in the government of Fintiri? In the government of Binani, in the government of Abo was at a point, when he was distinguished senator, Abo was the chairman committee on entertainment or something.
Yes, for a few months.
For a few months. Anyway, for a few months. I didn't see his impact. We were so happy in Lagos that at least our own is there. Eventually they took him off. But about his capacity that has the masses come to him, right? I tell you, I'm an APC card carrying member, right? But it's going to be a difficult one for you to sell APC even in Adamawa. That's the truth. To my industry persons in Adamawa, we need to have a talk. After this show, we need to have a talk. And the talk is, you have the power. You have the power to stop this nonsense. Let every governor that is aspiring to come, where is his blueprint for the creatives? What are you doing? What's the inclusion for them? Is it the same power they will give you? There are a few individuals, if they become governor in this state, you will not even do the flyover events again.
Okay, now back to our Facebook comments. Somebody was, Sam Harrison was still asking.
Yes.
Saying, what is actually the industry liking in Adamawa State? He said, in the entertainment industry in Adamawa State, what are the things you think is lacking? Because now you have been putting out problems.
Okay, what are
the fire is too much. If you were the one in that position, what do you think, based on analysis?
So let me tell you what I was privileged to do, to contribute in 2011. Goodluck Jonathan, when he was running for president. Goodluck Jonathan. That was when the entertainment space in Nigeria was able to have his say. And people will say Nollywood is here, and the entertainment and the music industry. What did Goodluck do? He called the stakeholders. They have a meeting. What can we do? What's the problem? That is what I'm saying. The first conversation is for His Excellency, especially Fintiri. I knew what happened in 2019. That was an incumbent governor. He took him off. The people voted for him. Those people who voted for him, 80% are creatives. I will keep saying they're creatives. Right? In 2023, I knew I was in this town. I came for the purpose of election. I knew what happened. And the people again stood up and voted for him. What has he done to them? The creators. He has done beautifully well in beautifying Adamawa State. Kudos to him. Well, what has he done? Now he's taken his final step. What I expect for him to do before he take a bow is to call all of the stakeholders, both outside and here, and have a conversation with them. What is the problem? What are the problems? There are structural problems. The ecosystem, the media ecosystem is not friendly. God bless your platform. I pray it's sustainable, and I pray the people in Adamawa State will put in resources for it to grow. So that people can come on board.
This issue of resources is very, very
fine. So that people can come on board and this can project them, because this is on YouTube. Right? When you don't have platforms to promote certain conversations, nobody sees you. And most of the time, we are constrained with Facebook. Facebook is just within us now. Right? It's just appalling when you see the structural problem from the government. Like I said, when there is a structure properly with the government. And again, one of the conversations for us in ASET is, I know you, and I know the impact you've created within the space. I know Randy, I know the impact he has created within the space of entertainment. What we wanted to do is to amplify the voices of these individuals, to say, be the light. Let's open the door. How do we open doors? We open doors through insisting. Let me tell you today, if all of us in the diaspora come together today and call all of the creatives in Adamawa and we march 2 days to the government house, they're not born and well, you go come out. When we present 7th, we will demand for it and it will be done. So even the unity within the space here, because it's Mike Bo that is handling it, I am having issues with Michael. I'm having issues. And these issues are local artists, that you have not even reached Mike Bo's position. He's exposed and he's in his own right. The same thing with Randy. You are not there yet. But because you think you have talent. But these people have gone through. Do you know what it means? I've been to your events. I know money you spend.
So now let's talk about, now you see.
And you don't have an SUV yet.
we are still working on it.
Are you?
We are still working on it.
What nonsense is that?
Give me before I leave.
But if he has better done that. Because I'm here to tell the governor I voted for you in office. My vote is part of you. And my boss votes also.
Now, earlier on you were shouting that the government is not doing what the government is doing. But don't you think the talents actually are the cause of the problem?
I feel the talents have a share of blame. And the reason I'm talking to them here. And it's high time. If you do not take a bold step and say no to these politicians, they will use you and dump you. Begin to form structures. Like I said, We have Adamawa State Entertainment and Creatives and Entertainments in the diaspora. We have people like you that we can say, okay, fine, get to talk to the persons in the diaspora who are doing excellently great, and let's form and come around and demand. Like, Bo, if we stand and demand for the creative agency in Adamawa State, the governor will definitely create it. It happens in Taraba. There is a youth agency in Taraba, headed by a young man. I keep telling you, all of those people that don't support entertainment, they go and watch football, though. And the football is, like I said, football doesn't even add nothing to anybody. It's just entertainment. And at the end of the day, you're doing barbecue for football. I've seen people do barbecue in Lagos before I left, and they're Northerners.
And not only Northerners, the same VIPs, same political figures are the ones doing this.
And when your young boy, when your child say, I want to become a footballer, you say, Babu. Do you know how many pounds? Do you know pounds they pay footballers?
Yes, I had a discussion with somebody actually, and he told me that per week, he is from Adamawa State. I think he once managed a player, then sold him out to bigger companies.
Yes.
Then he said, according to him, for each salary they pay the player, he has a token from it.
Beautiful.
And it comes to his account.
Let me give you a shocker.
So, what you're saying, I agree with it.
Let me give you a shocker, right? Like I said, I value the reason I'm here. Do you know how much I get paid for a YouTube job, to direct a YouTube job for 7 days? How much is the salary of a permanent secretary here in Adamawa State? I will pay him 4 times. I will pay him 4 times. That's YouTube for 7 days.
You know,
do you understand? I'm just telling you.
Now,
I will pay him 4 times.
We are in a hard time.
So I'm even angry. I'm not talking about being paid. I'm angry for the government of the things you guys constantly do. And His Excellency cannot. I'm expecting to see when Mr. Randy came to pick me up, I thought it was a SUV I will see. And he's still riding in an old Toyota car. And you're giving them platform to come and talk for free? From where to where? You're giving them platform to come and talk for free from where to where?
Technical team, please. I have to beg you. Just calm down. I know the thing is very painful, but you just have to.
Like
calm
from
down.
Where to where?
This is serious.
Do you know? When I saw this, I called him. I said, "Do you know what you're doing? Do you know what you guys are doing for this state and for the government of whoever that is going to become governor? Please be charging your red card. If you don't have a red card, I will do it for you."
Actually, I have a red card, actually.
If it is small zeros, I will mess you guys up.
Add the other
no, the zeros will be there. Because
zeros.
Mike, you've spent if not 20 years on this journey. It is a reproach. 20 years. Even 10 years is a reproach. Calculate the numbers of years. The only thing that is different between you and Fintiri is time and chance. That's the only difference. It's time and chance. The only difference between any politician who thinks he's an elite in Adamawa is time and chance. And if you choose that career, you'll possibly be better off. Better off. They come around here think who is rich? That's why I'm telling you. Who is the person that is rich that will buy somebody a house? If it was those guys that did Anrusa, possibly be abroad studying. If we even want to push them to study, they'll be in abroad studying. They will have houses. That is how you support creativity.
It's serious. But
you finish, you're giving them peanuts. And when they're hungry, they will go back. When you create a platform for a young man, even if he drinks, he would do it diplomatically. He wouldn't want to do it publicly because why? He's a public figure.
Let me go back to my readers from Facebook.
Yes, sir.
Noel Madugu said, Zack, do you think the intercompetition in Adamawa State is healthy? Like an Adamawa person competing with Adamawa creative and literally dragging each other. Do you think is okay for that?
Which is the reason I'm talking about structures now, right? And sometimes talents can only open a door for someone to listen to you, but it cannot sustain you. You need to know the knowledge and the business of the industry. We have artists who I have known for 15 years, and I see them and I'm like, but why? What is your why? Is it that you're not demanding? Is it that when I go and say, because whenever I speak with, I called Mr. Randy before I came here. And I was talking about a job I was to do here, right? And I said, give me your rates. He said, no, sir, just tell me. I said, no, I insisted about his rate. He said, no, sir, tell me your rate. Tell me whatever you want to do. I said, okay. So when I put in his rates and I sent to the persons that are meant to do the job here, there are other people that can do it now. Randy is expensive.
This is Adamawa State.
Yes.
Actually,
and do you know the funny part of it?
Kind of
And I said, if I'm not, because would you fly my people to come? He said, no. I said, if I'm not doing it with Randy, I won't do it with anybody. You find another person to do it, because the only thing I have is my name. You don't need to know me, but I protect it. Whatever job I put out there, let people say this. I should be proud enough to promote it. I can do a mediocre job.
That's serious.
So if you cannot, one of the conversation is the structure. These young people who have talent for over years and years and years, let them come. Let them come to you people, right? Like I said, there is a platform now. Whoever is editing it is not the problem. The conversation is, can the platform open the door to the government so that we can have a structure? Because if we demand for a senior special advisor to the governor on creative economy, everything can be channeled towards that person, and you would demand certain things and they will be done. But when you don't have a voice within that space, nothing will happen. You talk about the Commissioner of Culture and Tourism. We had meetings 3 years ago, back and nothing was, no execution.
But do you think it's his own fault, looking
it
at
is.
There was no allocation meant?
It is. When you don't, let me tell you the funny part of it, right? The reason why I go into places and doors are open for me is because I've built over years and I have a name, and I was talking to the APC persons in Lagos, my chairman in Ichiosa, and I told her something. I said the worst aspect of the APC that would do is to carry celebrities to go and campaign, celebrities that do not have don't have a direct contact with the grassroots. That's today. If I carry you, Mike, and say I'm empowering you to be a campaign voice to a particular candidate here, people will listen to you. Do you know why? They've seen your struggle. They recognize you. They see you in them. And if you can be here now, they can be here. Yes. You can't carry a Davido and bring him here. They don't know his struggle. They've never met him in Jambutu or in Bekaji when he eats whatever he eats. But they've met you there. They know the struggle you do when you're organizing your programs. So when you go to campaign for anybody, they will want to listen to you because they recognize you in them. And they will say, because Mike is here, I too can be here. So I can listen to him. And that's the worst aspect that's the worst thing APC. So I'm saying again.
I do believe in what you said now, because I know of somebody that once empowered somebody as a creative.
Yes.
Then when it was his own time to campaign for a particular office, that same creative used his own resources to mobilize people for this particular aspirant. And surprisingly, the aspirant won the election.
Do you know the power of a creative?
So I do agree with you on that.
The creative space is just like politics. That's why I said the only difference between you and Finto is because he's practicing proper politics. What do you know the power of influence? Do you know what you're doing? Do you know the information you drop in here? Do you know? So you need to know that for anybody moving forward that you bring on this platform. If it's the government people, let them pay money. They can afford to pay other channels, they should pay you. Don't beg for anybody because you have something to give them. And that is what I want the creatives in Adamawa to understand. You have something to give these individuals. I'm talking about from Maurice Vonabolki from PDP, to Binani of NDC, to Abo of Labour, to whoever that is in APC, whether Tijani or whoever, that is going to be on APC.
Currently
is Tijani, Galadima. If they do not have a conversation and tell you this is our blueprint for you, and begin to carry you now,
there will not be time for that.
Don't vote anybody.
So
it's better you know you have not voted for them, and whatever they want to do, let them do.
So dear creatives, you can hear what Mr. Zack is saying. Right now, you need to push for your own space within anybody's manifesto. If you are not included, you will not be included. That's the truth. Online, I want to say thank you guys that have been watching online. We are still with him in the studio.
Sorry.
Yes, I'm just trying to send a shout out to certain people that I saw online. I can see Mr. Ayuba Gayawan. I can see Simon Zafania. I can see Precious. I can see so many people. Please keep on sending your questions and also add your comments in the comment section of Rally TV. So also on the Gazette News Nigeria. We'll make sure that we read out everything you are sending, and we'll table it out to our guest in the studio. Don't forget also to continue sharing the link to all your friends and families. Rally TV, the Gazette News. Back to Mr. Zax. Mr. Zax,
Sir.
You said this flyover event that has attracted hundreds and thousands of Adamawa citizens or indigenes coming to celebrate it on the 1st of January.
Yes.
It's not a plus.
It's not a plus.
Why?
With all sense of respect and...
Because, let me conclude. Because according to some artists, that was the first time they were able to be given a token for their talent in the state.
Okay.
Though there have been so many controversies, but do you think they can all utilize all this talent in one event?
So let me take you back to me. I like connecting to me, right? I remembered when I first got my paycheck. Was more than 2 decades ago when I first got my paycheck as an actor on stage. So, and from that moment, I realized that I have value that I give. And because I give value, value will be given to me. It is a noble thing for you to say you want to do something like that. Calabar, Cross River State, Calabar does that. They do Calabar Carnival and all of that.
One of the largest in Africa.
Beautiful. Adamawa State wanted to do a crossover event.
Okay.
And when you want to, let me break it down for you. When you want to do a crossover event, how well do you carry your artists? How much do they get paid? I don't think any of them has gotten 500,000 naira. I don't think so.
I think some of them got more than that.
Nobody has gotten 500,000 naira, sir.
Are you
Nobody has gotten. The person who gets, I'm on live and I'm in Yola. The person who gets 500,000 should send me the alert. Should send the receipts of the 500,000 he got paid. Adamawa artist.
What if it is stable payment?
Nobody does. Nobody does stable payment. Sir, nobody does stable payment. For an event like that, will be documented because you're taking it back. You're taking reports back now. I've done government event. You don't do government event and give money, give cash. You do transfers because there is audit. People are auditing it. So it's hard to be transfers. I run a company. I know what I do with money. So how many of them collect 500,000? None. Which hotels were they put on?
Somewhere, based on what I heard, some were taken to even City Green.
When was that?
Enjoy themselves.
When was that?
During the same period.
When was that?
During the festival.
When was that?
I know.
It is none of them was taken to City Green. None. I'll say it again. None of them. Possibly other hotels, but not City Green, sir. With all due respect to the artists. Do you know why it's painful to me? Because I've listened to their songs. And the only difference between them and Davido is time and chance and location.
Time and chance and location.
So they have the potential to be Davido. And nobody was taken to City Green. Anybody that was taken to City Green should call me. I'll come back to this show and apologize before I leave back to Lagos. Right? And how was the security? What was the protocol? Do they even have access to the artists? All these events they do that they have. At the time we were communicating with all the commissioners that were doing the events now because they wanted our input as asset. The publicity secretary for asset is Sasuke. The people on asset, all of the people on asset, if you put their social media together, it's more than 25 million. All the people on asset, but the Kennywood and all of that. Not even the pioneer members. By the grace of God, I'm the president. Jacoby is the secretary. Let me shock you, Michael. One of the two best sound engineers, on-set sound engineers for television and movie in Nigeria, two of them are from Adamawa.
Especially Mr. Solomon.
Solomon and Kafari.
All
of Genevieve's movie you're seeing.
Yeah, from Adamawa.
The sound people that do the sound on set.
Mr.
Solomon have done jobs with Idris Elba.
Solomon was on Netflix more than 10 times.
I'm telling you, Solomon had done a sound.
Solomon has been on, is it Hulu?
That's what I'm telling you.
Severally. Actually, and actually he's from Adamawa State.
By the grace of God, I produced and directed a job for Hulu. Hulu is not even in Africa.
This is an American company.
It's an American company. It's number 3 in the world, and Ruko. So you come on board and you have this kind of individuals, aside from the ones in Kano. And the ones here who are holding the industry.
I also heard it that the ones in Kannywood, majority of the ones that are very sound and well educated are from Adamawa State. I
know them now. At a particular time, I was watching Jamil Unjida. We have two or three beautiful actors. We have Daila Musa on that job, and we have what's her name? Is it Zainab or so? The lady who played Ali Nur's wife in Jamil Unjida. They're from Adamawa. Educated, sound. What are you doing with these persons? So I feel it is time for the government to put in a structure. The structure is call the creators within here and the ones in the diaspora. Let's have a talk. What are the issues? And for the artists in Yola, stop finding your bosses. Stop.
Okay, another serious comment on Facebook coming from MC Sabitok.
Yes.
Abuwala Felix. He said a lot of people are not just following the right way. When it comes to planning, it affects events too. In Adamawa State, I discovered that people don't take time to plan events.
Okay.
They just do events anyhow without standards, and that too affects events as a whole.
He has a beautiful point. I respect his opinions on this, which is valid. Now, when a child is crawling, before a child walks, he crawls, right? Now, when it's consistently repeated, that is when the problem is, right? It's just the same thing with if those local artists who are young boys who don't even have funding are doing these things and there is no support whatsoever, please tap them on the back. If the government, under His Excellency Amadu Umaru Finteri, will organize an event such as the flyover event show, and they will not have anybody that is outside in the diaspora, or even the ones here on that platform, and treat them like with dignity.
Okay, you mean Adamawa?
The events, yeah, you're talking about Adamawa.
I know about the flyover events. They usually invite
not Adamawa
national names, not like Spyro.
What I'm saying, you have also national names who are in, like you have reality stars, you have actors, you have media persons, you have so many persons who are ambassadors. Recently, somebody from Adamawa, what's her name? Daila Musa. Daila Musa is an ambassador with Mr. Chef. That art is all over on the STV. Even World Cup, we were playing it. And I was proud enough to say, this one is our own. As the state reached out, let me tell you a funny part of it. We have NG Eagles.
Yes.
It's the owner of NG Eagles is from Adamawa. We have Binani Air from Adamawa. From the local artists to the ones in the diaspora, who have you seen down? Who have you seen as an ambassador? Who have you seen? Because let me tell you the funny part of it, Mike. Mike, I'm asking you because let's be realistic now. Let's say I have funding. You think I'll have funding? I'm doing a job now. I'm from the north, but I directed a pure Igbo film. Pure typical Igbo film.
Do you speak Igbo?
I have to understand Igbo. I have to learn. I have to understand the basics, and I had to get an AD who understands Igbo.
Back to ambassadorial this thing now.
So I'm calling them. What have they done in that regard? Binani is contesting for governor. Nobody from that, even the local artists. How many of them have she called to say, I'm giving you an endorsement for 30 million? Let me give you an endorsement for local artists here, or the ones in the diaspora. So let's give you an endorsement. Promote us. NG Eagle is here. The managing director of NG Eagles, I understand she's been in conversations to become a running mate to a governor. I don't know whether it's true or not, but that was the speculations online, right? But at the end of the day, who have you? And let me tell you the funny part of it. These things I'm telling you, ASET have reached out. I can tell you what we do for the persons here. We've reached out with names of those ones even here and the ones in the diaspora to say, let there be an opening. Engage those persons and let them add value to you. Value is not only in politics. And when you come to campaign, you call them. And they will run and do. Some of them have done jingles to His Excellency. Like I said, I didn't collect 1 naira. I've done jingles to Waziri. At a time, we didn't collect 1 naira. Why? For the love of the person, and we believe that when elected, he will include the creatives. Including the creatives is not me. But if there is an opening in Adamawa now, and they put Randy, or they put Mike Bo, as Michael, you're the one in charge, you're the senior special advisor to the governor on this. If we can be able to open that door and put anybody, I don't leave. Even when they give me the appointment, I won't leave in Adamawa. How much will you pay me? No, how much will you pay me? That I collect money in 7 days. When I work, I collect in 7 days. We pay a permanent secretary 4 times. It's 4 months salary. If I do a big job that is big, when I do a big job that is big,
actually,
I was in Yola. Let me give you an instance. Let me give you an instance. I came to Yola, right? I came to Yola. I used a GX 460. I came to Yola. And someone big in Yola, that is an elite in Yola, said, let me give you the same car you use, the same SUV you use. And he said, let's go now. Let me put fuel. Let's go somewhere. And we put fuel. And he was putting fuel and he put 50,000. And I looked at the person. And we drove to where we went to. It finished. We're coming back. He said, let me put another 20,000. And I told him, I said, this is the same car I use. Do you know how much I fuel? A week? Do you know how much I fuel that car a week? Now we are demanding, and we will demand, and they will give it to us. The conversation is, you need to do that for yourself. When you understand your value as a contributor to the state government. Because the creative space is also, how many people have I seen behind the scene here? Just here in the studio. What's the time now? You're still here.
Actually,
and you're adding value.
Actually, we even exceeded our time, 8 minutes after our normal time. I don't know what to even tell you because you are just here firing. I was the one who was supposed to fire you, but I don't know what's happening. You are just firing everybody, including the governor.
No, the governor has messed us up, and messed himself up, because at the end of the day, when you're going to write your liturgy or whatever you're writing, right? When the governor is doing, somebody did what do you call it? What's this called for the governor recently? I understand somebody wrote a book for him.
Okay, a book. More like a
autobiography of the governor, right? And I didn't see the entertainment industry captured there. I didn't see.
It was more like the election, 2023 elections.
Beautiful. What is the role of the creative person there? There must be a role of the creative person, because I was here. And I saw what you guys did.
No, maybe they were shouting, that
is a human being who believed in your candidacy and trusts in your ability to lead. And he came out. The only difference between you and him is time and chance. And he chose to support you. Who are you? Firstly, you're a human being before governor. And anybody can be governor.
We go to the end. Actually, there have been so many questions here. Let me just match the 3 questions. Who should serve as our final answer? Please, what can be done to fix this? This is the question that they're trying to ask.
An emergency meeting. His Excellency needs to call and apologize firstly. He's a human being. He needs to apologize to the creative sector. The persons he has in trust in these sectors, the Commissioner of Tourism. I understand there is a Ministry of Entrepreneurship here.
Yes.
Women Affairs. Some of them are doing fine, but most of them have failed us to recognize. It's easy to, let me call you and say, Mr. Michael, I need this, and you tell me no. I will take your no with dignity. Do you know what what? Do you know the seal of the governor? Do you know what it meant for the government house to write and say, I came to get my, there was a year I came here to get my passport, to renew my passport. And they said, no paper, right? At the immigration office. No paper, what. And I said, okay. And the officer said, do you know anybody within the government? I said, yes. I called the office of the deputy governor then. Then he was crowded said. They sent a letter with just the letterhead of the deputy governor. Immediately I got my passport. So let me give you an instance now. Yes, let me give you an instance now. When you call, let's say an earpiece or aero contractors, with the letterhead of the government and say, we are bringing in our creatives from the diaspora who are our sons and daughters to come and have a dialogue here. We need you to do this, to give us tickets. We have been on retainership with Airpeace. I produce and direct Mona Lisa Chinda's productions all through. I produce and direct her product. I know what we do. I know Airpeace have taken us out of this country many times. Partnership. They will value that. It's better you take it and they say no than you not taking it. When you take it, they will recognize it and say, we can be able to give 10. Then you pay 10. And the government will say, okay, we are paying 10. And you talk to hotels. Since the government has, the presidential launch is not working, you talk to other hotels and say, let's have a conversation. Bring these persons. What can we do? How can we generate revenue with these persons? Is it capacity training first? What do we need to do? Do we need to empower people like you? Do we need to... Then that can be those measures. Because I can't speak to them. I don't know their challenges. But when these persons that are outside come over, the value will be more. The governor knows there are swords, and he will listen. Because I saw people took swords for him in 2023. And demand that is splintery. And the betrayal of this government to the same person who took a sword. So he needs to apologize to the creative person here. He needs to apologize as a matter of urgency to say, we are sorry. We didn't carry you in the 7-8 years of administration. But we're willing to make amends now. So that history will remember him when we want to write about his government. This conversation start now, Abi. This conversation start now, right?
Yes.
When Fintiri is going and is writing something about him, it is in his regime that you started a podcast. That is a credit to his government. If there is no peace and stability, nobody will come here. I won't come here. But there is peace and stability. That was the reason you started. So every sector needs to be carried along. Not just one-sided. Not just infrastructure. Not just education. What about the yearning of the young man who want to paint? Who want to write? Who want to crack comedy? Who want to play football? Who want to act? Who want to sing? What have you done to that person? Fly over? Or the fly overnight? So my call to you guys, Adamawa creatives, I'm still here. Reach out to this particular platform. Like, subscribe, because the only thing this platform has done for you is for people to speak out. And we are speaking out and we are demanding for the right thing to be done.
Okay, Mr. Zakaria, if I'm going to continue with you, there will not be a full stop in this conversation. So what will happen is, dear viewers, this is the end of our show. That's the truth. But before we go, do not forget, please, kindly follow Rally TV and also the Gazette News Nigeria. And apart from that, I have another one request from the Executive Governor of Adamawa State. Please sign an executive order that everybody should come out and sanitize these water passages, all these sewages, all these culverts. Clear the culverts, because the rainfall that is about to come might be more dangerous than what we're seeing now. We don't want to hear news of flood again. We don't want to hear news of flood again. Please sign an executive order that everybody, as far that thing passes through your land, passes through your office, or passes through your house, go and clear out the trash that's inside the plants. Some people are even farming inside the larger version of the culverts. Please, we need to fix our communities before time. This rain is coming heavy. When it comes in, you cannot control it. So this is the right time to control it. For those that are building houses and putting sand inside the culvert, please fetch it out. Fetch it out, please. We are begging. It's for the good of the nation, good of the state itself, and the people of Adamawa State. Thank you. See you next time.